Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We are going to get this call kicked off in just 1 second. So just hang out for 1 second. All right, you guys, we are ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. I'm still waiting for our guest speaker to come on, but there are a few announcements that I have to make. So I decided to just go ahead and kick it off a little bit early. Um, there's a couple things I want you guys to know. So number one, there is a revamped new coach training that I created for anybody who's interested. I'm doing the first run of it. It's only a 14-day training. I'm doing the first 14 days with my PS coaches just to get feedback from them. And then once I tweak everything that needs to be tweaked and make sure it's great, then it will be up on our training website, which is also getting revamped right now, just so you know. So we're getting that revamped. So it's going to be like a self-paced training. But the reason why I did this, and this is a great message, so I'm glad that you guys, some of you are on live, some of you are going to be listening to a lot of you listen to the recording since it's during the day. So something that I wanted to tell you is this. The business network marketing has not changed since forever, okay? How to run a successful network marketing business, how to be a successful Beachbody coach is the same way that Jim Rohn grew his business in the 80s. What I mean by that is that network marketing, the core like how-tos to grow a business or the why on how you grow a business with network marketing hasn't changed. It's just that with social media, now that it's 2018 and all these things, that's what has changed. So with that said, that's how it is with our Beachbody business in the last few years. The training material that you guys are physically going and watching, like especially you new coaches, you're going on YouTube or you're going to my training site or you're going to somebody else's training site and you're going and watching these trainings. If these trainings weren't made in 2018 or the end of 2017, don't watch them. Things change all the time with social media and the way and the how-tos of running a business. Now, if you wanted to go listen to a great audio, I recommend listening to Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. It's an hour-long audio, and you can listen to that. And those things that he says can be applied to any day and age. You know what I'm saying? The things that he said, that's how you run a business. I don't care if you're doing it face-to-face, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever, that's how you run a network marketing business. A lot of trainings from Craig Holiday, those are relevant as well. Craig Holiday knows what's up. He's been doing this, running successful network marketing business for 30 plus years. So he knows what's up. It's just that you take the information from Craig Holiday or Jim Rohn and apply it to how you want to do your business. There's a coach of mine, really good friend of mine, Lindsay Stay. She's actually doing, and she's going to be speaking on our team call in one of the upcoming weeks. She's doing what I'm training you guys to do on social media, but she's training her coaches to pick up the phone. So when you're talking to people on Instagram and you're talking to people on Facebook, say, hey, can I get you on the phone for 5 minutes? Get them on the phone and just say, hey, I just thought it would be faster and easier if I could just talk to you and, get to know you a little bit better over the phone. It's a 5-minute conversation and you just simply ask them, can I send you more information on coaching? That's it. Because with the back and forth and messaging, sometimes that's easier for some people. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's not really how I want to do business. That's okay. The point of this is you get to decide how you run your business, but I just don't want you guys to be looking at past trainings and thinking that's gold. That's the way Lindsay Matway did it. This is the way Angie Bellamar did it. This is the way Barbie Khalif did it. or whoever you're looking at and whoever's like your mentor that you look up to in this business, don't, or Melanie, who's been top coach for like 4 years now. She even said on the national wake up call, the way she's doing things now is completely different than how she was doing things 6 months ago. So if you're looking to Melanie, make sure you're watching what she's doing now in the present and her trainings that are from the last 3 to 6 months. The early, like if it's January 2018, that's like the best content that you could dive into. So that's why I love that we have this Empower Team call, because we're getting people who are being successful in their businesses right now. And so that's why I'm going to just have Liz kind of take it over from here. Oh, and there's one more announcement before I announce Liz, and you guys all know Liz, but I still want to announce her in case you're a newer coach and just starting your business. I would like to introduce her. But before I do that, I am running it's team wide. So any team, anybody in our downline can take part in this. It's a push to emerald training. If that's not what it's called, I'm going to be doing a post in the Team Go Getters accountability group today, probably right after this call. So go to look for that post for more information on this. But I'm teaming up with Barbie and a couple other leaders, and we're running this like push to emerald. But listen, if you're already emerald, please take part in this still, because it's kind of like, even if you're emerald, you can go emerald again and go emerald again leading up to diamond. But what I mean by that is like add another 2 coaches and add another 2 coaches. You know what I mean? And leading up to when you go diamond. So it's for people who are new coaches, people who want to get to emerald, and even coaches who already are emerald but aren't yet diamond and they're shooting for diamond. It's for anybody who falls under those categories. Okay. And it's going to be really great. I think it's a 10-day kind of push training. You're going to get a lot of great content. It's going to help you stay accountable. There's going to be homework. It's going to be great. So stay tuned for that. We'll be posting about that in the Team Go Getters accountability group. Okay. So those are all the announcements for today. Now I'm going to introduce my really good friend, Liz, who, just so you guys know, her name's Liz Paoli, but some people don't know this, but Liz and I live like 15 minutes from each other. Like we live in the same super small town. So I feel like everyone's always like, oh, Mindy Wender's from the super small town and she built this business. But like, dude, Liz is from the super small town and she is killing it with this business. So before I go over stats and stuff, I just want to let you know she's a mom of 3 little babies. Okay. Well, not babies anymore, but she has 3 kids. She's happily married to one of Brad's, my husband, Brad's best friends, Danny. And we're just like really great friends. Like we go on double dates together and stuff like that. Again, she's from the super small town, but a story, and she's been doing this for a while now, but something really cool happened for Liz in 2017. So it started before I took all my diamond coaches to Tony Robbins, but there was a shift in her mindset before we went to Tony Robbins, just FYI. The reason why, that's why she received the information at Tony Robbins before, when she got there, because there was a shift beforehand. She was just, she's been having babies for years, and Gabby, her littlest, is 2 now. And so she's finally like done nursing and all these things. So she finally was ready, like, okay, it is on. I'm ready to like kill it with my business. I'm ready to attract the right type of people to my business, and I'm ready to be consistent and just go for it. Then she went to Tony Robbins. She was there before anyone else at the trainings. She stayed till the last, in these trainings, which are the seminars, sometimes would go past midnight. I think Liz was there one night till 1 o'clock in the morning. Like she was determined, hey, I'm away from my babies. I'm going to soak up every piece of knowledge that I possibly can. And I just saw something change in her even while we were there. She came home and she was just crushing it with her business. She was recruiting and not, when I say recruiting, I know some people are like, oh, I don't like that word, but she was bringing on people to her business who were like her, that she wanted to hang out with. She was mentoring them in such a way that they were taking off with her. And she wasn't seeing herself as above them, but she was a great leader as she walked hand in hand with them. it was just so cool to see this transformation in 2017. Then we had she worked closely with a trainer that I just mentioned, actually Craig Holiday, and she soaked up all that knowledge and she really like took everything that was brought to her in that year and she actually applied it. Could you imagine if you got on every single Empower team call, Janelle's team call, National Wake Up Call, and you actually were applying everything that you guys were hearing or learning? Could you imagine where your business will be next week, a month from now, 3 months from now? Well, that's what Liz did. And she ended up in I think it was like 3 months time. She'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but she actually doubled her income in 3 months from that whole period of time. That it was like, after Tony Robbins, working with Craig, like that whole period of time was like one thing after another. And she ended up doubling her income. And this was at a time in people's businesses where we were going digital and social media. This was the huge thing. Social media shifted. So all these other coaches are trying to do the same things over and over, and those same things weren't working anymore. But Liz was growing, adapting, and changing and just pushing through anyway. So at a time where other people were saying my income's declining or this isn't working, she wasn't wasting her time complaining. She was seeing growth. And I honestly, you guys, I like went to Liz all the time and said, "What are you doing? Tell me what you do. I want to do what you're doing. Oh my God, like you're recruiting these high numbers and you're killing it and your team's killing it." So yeah, so that's one of the reasons, and just obviously all the success she's had throughout the years as well, why I wanted her to speak on this topic to you guys, because and you're going to hear her talk about this, but it honestly can happen for you. Every single one of you, and a lot of you are listening to the recording, I'm talking to you too. This shift, this like finding your passion, all this, that can happen for you. And Liz is going to talk to you about how to do that. So just real quick, she's a lifetime 4-star diamond coach. She has a diamond in her second CBC. She's a Success Club legend. And let's see, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting everything. I think that I've covered anything. Liz, you'll tell me if I missed anything. So I'm going to have Liz take it over from here, guys. So make sure you're ready to take notes. And Liz, we're ready for you.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you guys, I have to tell you, I sat for the last week and I wrote out everything and I felt so prepared. And then this morning I got up to do my miracle morning and I'm like, during prayer, talking to God, I'm like, God, just give me the words for value. And so I'm in the shower half an hour ago and literally all my notes are gone because we're going off of what he is telling me, and it completely switched up. So I'm going without notes. It's kind of how I roll. I just do it. So I kicked out my husband. All I have is the puppy. So let's hope that he behaves here. But like Mindy said, you guys, a lot of people will sit and they will get on these trainings. They'll get on the National Wake Up Call. They'll do their YouTube searches or do the Google, but they never implement it. So the stats are that 95% of the people here won't implement what I'm going to give to you, what I'm going to share to you today. That was me. You guys, I've been a coach for over 7 years, and I've built a business. And you guys can do that too. And I'll tell you exactly how I did it. By following the 3, now 4 vital behaviors, okay? And I wasn't even like consistent with them. I had push times and I had times where I wasn't, as consistent. But I did build a business and I built a solid business around that. And that's by doing the vital behaviors. But I also feel like God gave me, and if you don't believe in God, the universe, whatever your faith is, I feel like God made me go through this for a reason. And that's so that I can help my coaches, help all of you guys see it faster than what I did. And that was bringing in purpose and passion. So when I first went all in to the business, when I joined the business, I told Mindy straight up, we were on her couch in her little house that's was a few blocks away from us. And we were sitting on her couch and I told her, okay, I'm going to do this, but I will never do a video. I will never get on a call. I will never public speak. I told her all of this stuff, and she's like, okay, okay. And I think this was like a year after she joined. And at that point, you guys, I was at my heaviest weight. I was not in a good place or anything, for that matter. And I'm not going to go in depth with my story, but after that day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I went diamond within 3 months. And you guys, at that time, going diamond in 3 months, in 3 months was a big deal. Like, there wasn't many people who did it in 3 months. Nowadays, you can go way faster because there's so many tools at your hands, where we didn't have challenge packs. We didn't have trainings. We didn't really have any guidance at all out there at that time. But I ran with it. Okay. And then after I ran with it, I realized, whoa, Liz, you have to get control of your own health first. And so that's what I did. I was a diamond coach for a while. And that's because I had to work on myself, but I still did those vital behaviors. And with doing those vital behaviors, I transformed my life. And by saying transform my life, I'm not saying my body, but I transformed my mind, how I felt on the inside, and I grew so much. And that's what took me a long time with my business, is I had to grow inside, but I still built my business by doing the daily things. And personal development, yes, you guys, you do have to read books, but you also have to do trainings. You have to do those trainings and then implement those trainings. And I'm going to give you a lot of information today. I don't expect you to implement every single thing that I say, but take one thing that speaks to you. That's what I did at Tony Robbins. That's what I did with Craig Holiday. When Mindy said, with the transformation of businesses, of going digital, a lot of top coaches had a really hard time with this. For me, I was blessed enough to get on the phone with Craig Holiday at that time, and him, in his old school way, he taught me that I need to get on the phone with people, that I need to talk, and it's about relationships. And it brought me right back to those vital behaviors. Not about worrying about, what I need to post on social media or how I need to get so many likes or anything like that. It taught me to go back to the simplicity of what this business takes and how to take it. So fast forward from sitting on Mindy's couch, I then got pregnant with our second child. And this is when I started to really kind of dig deeper into my business. And this is where I got driven in my business. And it's because I was working at night, and my biggest childhood memory was me sitting at the dining room table. I came from a big family, and my husband, literally, we were talking about this, and he's like, Liz, you're not even creating your biggest childhood memory with your own family. And so that's when I got driven in my business. And that's a whole nother story for you guys, but that's when I was driven. And so I'm going to tell you the simple activities of what Beachbody puts out there for you. Okay. What Mindy teaches you in the new coach training. The simple activities will grow a business because you're driven. So it's going to grow your business because you're driven. But if you want to really build an empire, if you really want to go after it and you want to dive in, like where I'm at right now, what 2017 was a transformation year for me, and where I'm going into 2018 is I want to build an empire. Like, I'm going to build an empire. And I want to share with you guys how taking a driven look at your business, you'll still do great things being driven in your business. But when you put forward the passion and you have purpose, and I'm not saying that for the longest time, I thought that I had to be passionate about health and fitness. I thought that's what it took to become a good coach. For years, I looked at, people, coaches, and I thought, oh my gosh, like if only I was as passionate about eating healthy, if I didn't love beer so much or pizza or burgers so much, then maybe I could be a successful coach. And I was looking at all these other coaches and trying to duplicate what they were doing and realizing that wasn't my passion. That wasn't my purpose. Like, I couldn't, it felt icky for me to coach that way because it wasn't what I was doing. So we can take and take on trainings all the time. And some will actually, every training, you'll get one bit out of it. But this is what it comes down to, is finding out what you're passionate about in life and what you feel is your purpose in life. And you guys, that can change. That will change. It will change many times. And running with that and using Beachbody, using coaching as your platform to really dial in to your passion and your purpose. And so that's what I finally did. And I'm going to share with you guys, I want you guys to get pen and paper, because it's so important for you guys to really dig in and figure out what exactly could be a passion of mine, what could be my purpose here, and really think about it. And I don't want you to overthink, because some people are like, oh my gosh, I have to come up with a purpose. And I did this for a long time. Like, I don't know. I'm a mom right now. And you know what? I'm a pretty shitty mom right now, because it's hard. It's hard with 3 kids. And you feel like you fail all the time, but it doesn't matter what your purpose is. It's what brings you joy. Okay. That's what is going to be your purpose. Okay. So that is kind of like the intro, I guess you can say, but now we're going to really dig deep. Okay. So here goes. Now I found my purpose. And I feel like a lot of people find their purpose or their passion, whatever you want to call it. It can be either way. I feel like they find it as they overcome something or go through a struggle. So the big thing that I did last year was I got freaking uncomfortable. Okay. I got uncomfortable sharing my struggles. I got uncomfortable sharing those things that I have overcome. And when I was doing that, I realized, oh my gosh, like people related to me. People were coming to me and just thanking me for being real, for being who I was. And you guys, this went from me breastfeeding. Okay. So I had a passion for breastfeeding. You know why? Because I overcame it. I couldn't breastfeed with my first one. So I thought my second one, I thought I had to supplement. I thought my body couldn't supply. My third one, you guys, I couldn't get her off. Like I couldn't get her off. And she was solely breastfed for 20 months. And that became a passion of mine because I overcame the struggle and I wanted it so bad. And I was so passionate, and I still am very passionate about helping other women get through breastfeeding. Now, look at Mindy. Look at Mindy. She is so passionate about health, about helping other moms with their health, helping children with their health. Like if I ever have a question, this is probably bad for me to say, but I don't even go and search and do the research for me. I know Mindy's done it. So I go and I ask her, I'm like, Mindy, what can I give my kid? And right away, I know her passion behind it. I know her research behind it. She puts it out there. So I know that's a go-to for her. She's passionate about it. And she built a business around it. She completely built her business around it. She has her Warrior Moms group. That's exactly what that is she built her business on her passion. Jessica Vaughn is another one that I love following. And I don't even think that you would know that she is a Beachbody coach, but she built her business around her faith and around, it's completely faith driven. And I absolutely love it. But she put where her passion is and she created it around that. Look at Tara Bialik. She took the Miracle Morning and she's so freaking passionate about her morning. And I remember, where was it? At Summit, her husband was speaking about how she's so dedicated and she's up at 5 a.m. every single morning and doesn't miss that. And that's like a passion of hers, is that Miracle Morning. And she now shares it with everybody. That's her outlet with her business, is the Miracle Morning. You need to find something that you've overcome in life or that you're passionate about to thrive your business around. Okay. For me, and right now, let's just do this, pen and paper. I want you right now, 3 to 5 things, write down 3 to 5 things. If you have more, write down more. That's even better. But 3 to 5 things. What are 3 to 5 things that you struggled with in your lifetime, but that you've overcome? So for instance, while you're writing, I'm just going to give some examples, but have you gone through a divorce yourself, or as a kid, your parents gone through a divorce? Have you been abused, physically, mentally, anything like that? Food addiction. Have you been through food addiction? I was a big binge eater. Let's see. Healthy eating, like were you a junk food eater and overcame that and now a healthy eater? Depression, anxiety, infertility, motherhood, financially, your marriage, your spiritual, your faith, your travel, anything like that you have overcome in life. For me, my marriage was huge. It was at a complete rocky state, and coaching completely changed that because it made me grow. It made me grow and helped us grow together with that. So coaching is one of my biggest passions, and I love helping people with their marriage. Love it. I actually attract a lot of coaches who are having marriage struggles because of it. Another one for me, and this is probably the biggest, is self-love. When I started this business, you guys, I hated myself. Completely hated myself. I hated who I was on the inside, who I was on the outside. Just didn't like myself. The other day was funny because I was just really crabby. I actually was on the three-day refresh, day 2, and I couldn't stand myself. And I told my son that. I'm like, is there some days where, he's 10. I said, is there some days you have where you just can't even stand yourself? He's like, yeah, Mom, I do have that once in a while. And that's where I was at every single day before this business. I couldn't stand who I was on the inside, on the outside. Just, I was negative. I just hated myself. Okay. My self-image was really low. I overcame that. I have self-love, even though I'm not at my goal weight, even though I don't have that perfect body and I have the flabby mom skin. Like I completely love who I am inside and out. That is one of my passions because I overcame that. So overcoming these battles in life tend to be something that you're passionate about. So take now and highlight or circle the one that you feel like you would be the most passionate about, or right now. And that can change. Like I said before, when I was breastfeeding was my biggest passion. I wasn't focused on, eating. Of course I was focused on eating. That's all I could think about was eating when I was breastfeeding. But you know what I mean? Like healthy eating. I did try and eat healthy, but that wasn't my passion. My passion was figuring out how I could last a year breastfeeding. Okay. So once you got that, the best part now is that you have something and you can do more than, you can have more than one of these as your passion. Okay. You can have more, than one, but there's going to be one that you'll probably focus on more. Now for me, if you follow me, I post a lot about self-love. I post a lot about my marriage. And a lot about my crazy mom life, because that's where I'm at right now. Am I passionate about being a crazy, hot mess mom? No, but it's where I'm at in life. And so many people can relate to that. So it does bring passion. But my main passion comes from self-love. So as soon as you're out there and you finally figure out, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. You can take a deep breath, and you don't have to look around you and follow these coaches to figure out what exactly they're doing. You can be yourself. You can put yourself out there. And that's what I've done the last years. I've put myself out there. Love me or hate me. I don't care, because I'm okay with myself. I'm okay with who I am. And I'm passionate about what I believe in self-love and my marriage and what I've come, where I've grown from that. And I want to share it with other people so that they become passionate in the same level that I am with that. And so I did. I put myself out there. You're going to put yourself out there. And you guys, it's uncomfortable. But if you want to grow in any way, in this business, if you want to grow from the inside out, in any area of your life, if you want to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. And if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing. So We're all going to get uncomfortable here together. And we're going to take these things that we overcame and we're going to create passion behind them and make them our purpose on how to touch lives. And that's where I'm at today. That's where I am at today is I want to change in 2018 so many ladies, women, their view on their self. That's my goal because I did that and it makes me feel so good and it gives me goosebumps. So I want to know in Team Go Getters page what you are passionate about, what gives you goosebumps. And I guarantee you can share also in Team Go Getters. Maybe Mindy can create a thread. What are the things that you've overcome in life? It might give everybody else ideas as well. What you've overcome in life. And what is that one thing that you overcame that if you could help somebody else overcome, you literally get goosebumps from it. You'd cry because you've helped them and you were in their shoes and you've helped them overcome it. You guys, Beachbody is a platform. It's a platform for you to touch lives. Now, those are the things that we've struggled with and we've overcome, but there's also things that we're just pure passionate about, okay? And that I would write down 3 to 5 things that you feel is your passion that might not be something that you overcame, but you're passionate about. Like for me, I love to get out in nature. I love it. Like just, I mean, it was freezing cold the other day and we went ice fishing and it was my husband and I and nature. That's it. Nobody else around. And there's just something about it that I'm passionate about. Now, it could be you're passionate about sports. It could be, and you guys might laugh at this, but you could be passionate about drinking beer, like your certain beer that you drink. You could be passionate about muffins or cupcakes, or there's endless possibilities. Whatever you're passionate about is part of you. Okay. And that needs to come out because we all look at people from social media and the people that you want to follow you are people who are just like you. So if you're trying to be somebody else, if you're trying to be Mindy Wender, you're trying to be myself or Tara Bialek or Lindsay Matway, if you're trying to be these people will read right through you. Or if they don't read right through you, did this for so many years, you guys. I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. And so I was getting coaches who weren't me, who weren't like me for so long because I was playing off somebody I was not. And I couldn't connect to them. I couldn't help them build a business. I didn't understand who they were or what they were doing because that wasn't who I was. But I was attracting them because of what I was putting out because I was trying to be somebody I was not. Okay. Let's see, 2 years ago is when I started my shift on just putting myself out there. And that's when I found my coach, Melissa Puhela, who literally freaky, like we've never met each other. She's from a town in Wisconsin though, I'm Upper Michigan. The girl followed me on like page and she connected with me because I refused to give up my beer while I was working out. And she's like, oh, this girl's my girl. And she's completely transformed her life. But we got to meet this past year at Summit for the first time and we shared a bed and our roommates were a little frustrated with us because we were up all night long talking and we found out like everything that has happened to us, it was like we were the same same person. It was like we were the same person. It's because I put myself out there. You'll attract who you are. People want to be able to relate. So when you're putting yourself out there, you're going to attract people who are just like you. Okay, so you're going to go through these lists and you're going to find the ones that you struggled with. You're going to find the ones that you're passionate about. And you're going to highlight those. And you guys, that's your platform right there. That's your business that you're going to get excited to work every day. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to do the vital behaviors and you're not going to continue to learn and grow about how social media is training because that's going to take time. And you're going to have to implement that kind of stuff as well. But you have a platform now. You have you. And that's what you have to offer is you. And you might think, because I thought this too. So you might be thinking, yeah, but I don't have all that much to offer. Yes, you do. There are people who are just like you that need you. They need you. They're looking for someone just like you. So what is my suggestion for you? So now you have these things. And what I would do is I would pick your most favorite. The thing that you really, really feel passionate about. I think I've said passionate like way too much in this this call. But take it and that's where you start a free community around whatever that is. So my 2018 community is going to it is surrounded by self-love. That is what my community is about. And I'm going to give tons of value on the self-love group and really help women feel that self-love. Now, is your passion being a vegan? Create a community around that. This is something that you can just build relationships. You guys, that's what this business is all about, is building relationships. And I guarantee the relationships that are where you're just like that other person, those are the ones who are going to be successful in this business, is because they have you to relate with. And the ones that, you know, and I'm not saying like, oh, if you don't relate with your coach, you'll never be successful. No, but they need to find somebody that they can relate with in the coaching business as well. So you're going to go through the list and you're going to pick out your favorites. Okay. You're going to start a community around one of them. Mindy has her Warrior Moms one. That's just an example of that. Okay. And then what you can do is go through and you're going to write 3 things for each passion. So for me, what I did was I sat down and I said, okay, how did Shakeology benefit me? 3 different ways. Shakeology benefited me with self-love. Okay. 3 ways how coaching benefited me with overcoming self-hate. How did personal development help me with my self-love? 3 different ways. How can the coaching opportunity, or how did the coaching opportunity, or coaching community, how did the coaching community help me with overcoming these things? Now, if you can't tie in coaching or Shakeology or personal development or community or the coaching community with it, I'm sure you can and somehow do it. But if you can't, then figure out 3 things of how you could because of that, or how you did because of that. And this might take some thought with it, but since becoming a coach, you guys, I've overcome, oh my gosh, like I don't even know where to start, because I was from a broken family, a negative family. I was a big family. I was overweight at a young age. I had horrible like things in the back of my head from when I was a child that were scars left on me. I went through miscarriages. I was a young mom, pregnant at 19. I went to food for emotions. Like there was so much that I was before coaching to where I am now. And it's because of Shakeology. It's because of coaching. It's because of reading personal development. It's because of the coaching community itself. So really think hard on these questions and write down 3 for each category. This is Trina Gray's. This is not, I did not come up with this. Trina Gray came up with this, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. And this is where when you're posting and you don't know what, like we all have those days where like, I don't know what to post and I need to give a post of value. When you need a post of value, you can go to these lists and remember where I was then and where I am now because of. It's so simple. And you're going to use this for your passion, what you're passionate about. So you're going to either, you're going to, what am I trying to say? the people that you're going to connect with are going to be either people who are passionate about the same thing or who need that passion. So the people who really love self-love and who are at the same level than me, I'm going to connect with them, as well as the people who are so down on themselves, but yet are finally ready to love themselves, to truly love themselves. I'm going to connect with them as well. They're going to come to me because of that. Attract. That's it. I'm going to attract them as well. So that's what you have to put out there. But one question, what do you, not Mindy, not Tara, not myself, not your husband, not your mom, not your grandma. What do you want to be known for? Because that's what we do right now, is we take our platform that we're creating and all that we're learning through Beachbody, and that one thing that we want to be known for is what we use to inspire others, to help other people. Like I said before, Beachbody is not you, okay? You're using Beachbody as a platform. And to go off of it, like, I will forever be a part of Beachbody. And the reason is because coaching itself is just a platform. But the main thing with Beachbody is that it's a platform, but coaching, the Shakeology, the eating, the workouts, they are a part of healthy living. It is hands down what you need to do on a daily basis. You need to fill your body with superfoods. You need to exercise, and you need to grow personally. And Beachbody that's all of Beachbody right there, is they empower you to be a better person. They're not pushing you. They don't care if you take off with this business, but they're empowering you to be the best person you are, to get as healthy as you can be, and to help other people do the same exact thing. So I'm forever grateful for them, and I will always use them as my platform to help other people reach the person that they can be, that person that they want to be known for in life. All right. That is all I have for you guys today. But I want you guys to take this information and the passion that you feel with you, and I want you to create that community, but I also want you to start posting about it. Don't just post, the National Wake Up Call yesterday was great. Don't just post your sweaty selfie all the time or your picture of a shake. Post who you are. That's not who you are. Post who you really are, instead of those salesy type of post. Really get deep. And once you get deep, you guys, that's when the magic happens. So get uncomfortable. All right, Mindy.
That was incredible, Liz. Seriously, you guys, I can't. This is exactly what you guys needed to hear at this point in your business, at this point in the year. Because remember, January 1st is the first, meaning every single person in the company is at 0 points, 0 Success Club points, 0. Everyone's like clean slate. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh yeah, well, it's not really, because these people who have like momentum from last year and the year before, I get it. But what I'm saying is, like, it really is. Don't even think of it think of it as like a clear slate. Do this. And it might take some time to figure this out. Like Liz was saying, like, making these lists and like really figuring out what that is. But Chalene Johnson always talks about this. Once you have a system, something in place, it's just going to be like clockwork. Like when I create a new coach training that we talked about at the beginning of this call, it took a lot of time to create the graphics, to record the videos, to figure out what content I wanted, all that stuff. But now that it's done, I just plug people into it, check on them, answer questions, but it's working for itself. Once you figure out what this is, and it should be fun. It should be fun. It's everything in your whole entire business will fall into place. You'll be having fun, like how she attracted Melissa. I mean, I got to meet Melissa a couple weeks ago, and I so see how they were connected, but they would have never connected if Liz wasn't herself. And actually, Facebook, just so everybody knows, Facebook completely changed all the rules. not all, but completely changed a lot of different rules. So meaning the people that are posting things like vote what swimsuit should I buy for spring break? A, B, or C, vote. Those things will not, those things are frowned upon. They're not going to end up on the news feed. If you're posting things like everyone who sees this post, comment below, that's not going to get anything that's baiting people to like, comment, or share. Those things are frowned upon. So do not do those. Anything that seems salesy, where you're like the next 10 people, which I just did a post like this, but I did a post like this before I read these rules. So don't look at my social media and think this is the way you should do things. I didn't know this when I posted that. So, but like doing those call to action posts for your challenge group and for your team and all that stuff, those aren't going to work anymore. What's going to work is you being you and connecting with other people on social media, especially Facebook, and building relationships and doing a lot of this stuff behind closed doors. And like Liz said, she posted something about her journey, how, hey, she was just being real and authentic. And Melissa and her connected that way behind closed doors. Do you see what I'm saying? So definitely do this stuff, you guys. It's going to keep what you post every single day will come naturally. What kind of groups you run will come naturally. The people you want to work with and you click with, those people are going to be attracted to you and you're going to start working with those people. But it really is time to hit it hard, guys. Figure this out and let's do this. It's time to build a team. Go out there and attract the people that you want to work with. Ask them to the webinar. Tara and I are doing a What is Coaching webinar tomorrow. So tomorrow you have something. I'll post this in the Team Go-Getters page. You have something tomorrow. So right now, go find people who are in your target market, who you want to work with, invite them to the webinar and start growing your team. Okay, thank you so much, Liz. This call was money. I'm going to share it with everybody in the team. If you want to share this recording, it's the same link that you used to get here. That's the same link for the recording. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks again, Liz.